Alright, so now we're going to be starting to take off some of this hair off these hides. I mean, it should just about fall off. Because, I mean, they've been soaking for way longer than they're supposed to. Even picking them up, most of the hair, or a lot of the hair just fell off. So, I mean, all we got to do is kind of peel. I mean, it's coming right off. Super easy. Just around the edges is being a little bit more stubborn than I'd like. But I mean, I can deal with a little bit of stubborn. If for the most part, they're just going to fall right off. But I mean, we can just practically wipe our hand over this. And this is hair remover, so do want to make sure you're wearing gloves for this if you are ever partaking in this. And honestly, probably should be wearing more than these gloves, because it will give you chemical burns. These aren't really long enough either. Yeah, but right here on this edge is being really stubborn for whatever reason. Don't care for that at all. But we can start working on this side as well. This side also being a little bit stubborn in a place or two. But we can grab our knife and we can cut into it a little bit. By that I mean our little scraping blade here. And this is a nasty knife, so it's going to stain it a little bit. But after this phase, we clean it anyway, so with some bleach and all that fun stuff. We'll work on that here momentarily. Probably should have put on my apron for this as well, but I kind of forgot to. That's not wanting to come off either, so that's fun. I'm going to get my apron put on. Okay, so let's get started with hide number 3 here. Got a new glove because my camera battery died. Goodness gracious. Get up on here. Got a little bit of a hanging place right there. It wasn't horrible. A little bit of hanging right there as well, but not that big of a space, so not the end of the world. That's going to be a tough spot. Well, let's go ahead and get this rotated a long ways. We'll just pull up any of this remaining. I mean, it'll have roots in the finished product, but, you know, at a certain point, what can you do? We're going to work that back and forth. So that's that section cleaned off, other than this tail. Ay caramba. Decently tough patch right there as well. I just don't know what else I can do for it. And if you was trying to do this hair on, you just wouldn't do this step, obviously. I may try doing that maybe with a hide next year. I'm not sure. I guess I kind of see how it goes. Yeah, this one's not cleaning up very well either. I mean, in sections it's doing okay, but then in some of these other ones it's just being a pain. We'll just keep flopping it around here. I mean, it seems to be right on these edges as well being the biggest pain. And we'll just trim up this edge. It's not really worth my time of trying to fight it at this point. This is worth my time of trying to fight. Grab our little push bar here, which you're just trying to go for something with a flat edge for this section anyway. A little bit different than the fleshing part, because with the fleshing part you would use the sharp edge, or the sharper-ish edge. I mean, it's not going to be very sharp. And then this one's done rusted, so it's not in great shape. But it is what it is. This section's all kinds of just stuck. I don't know why this is having such a problem. I must have just not have put enough of the dehairing solution in. It would probably help to measure the water. But then again, you know, I don't have running water down here at the shed. I have to transport it quite a ways. So it's hard to say how much water I actually put in. But, you know, excuses, I guess. A little bit of meat there, so that was good to get off. Get a little bit off of the side here. I think if we can get this, I think the rest of it might come off pretty easy other than that far edge. Which is fine, because that far edge, you know, we can just always just cut it off and it will be fine, because we won't be missing but like an inch of leather. Which tends to happen. I tend to lose about an inch of leather all the way around. In each step, it seems. It's probably not actually that bad, but come back here. Especially in this step, I tend to lose it. I'm going to end up slipping and falling right here, standing in this hair, which it'll eventually just rot up right here. Looky there. That came clean. That's what I like to see. That's not. Like, this is just inconvenient. Just take our finger, kind of pop down. If you've done this yourself, leave me any tips or tricks on how you do this. Because Lord knows I need all the help I can get. We'll try to clear up this little section as well. By just pulling some of that hair out. We might just have to cut that section out. It's stuck pretty good still. That section's coming somewhat okay. Oh great, the hide fell into the hair, so that's convenient. Not. Get a little bit off that edge right there as well. No more right there. Wants to come off. That was a good chunk. I mean, yeah, it's not good by any stretch of the means, but I think we can about make do with it. We'll have a little bit of trimming to do after it's cleaned up. We just don't want to really set that on there, because I mean, some of this hair might have still fall off after we bleach it and all that fun stuff. But I guess we'll find out. Because, I mean, it's just not being, it's kind of being contrary. Unfortunately. Set another somewhat done hide over there. I think we have three, or we had three in this one. Good God, this is a heavy one. Oh, me. Chunks of hair falling off already. Yeah, half the hair was already done fell off of this one. Or this may have been the one I started the other day. Not exactly sure. Like, a lot of that came off pretty swell in this, like, center mass of it. It looks like some of this around the edge might try to be a little contrary. But once again, I'm fine with losing 4 square inches. Oh yeah, that side's wanting to peel pretty good. Got some ticks on this as well, but they should come off, maybe. They'll come off at some point, I would say. That section came off really good. I like the way this one's working for me. So we'll rotate it on around and just push. Make a few passes. Get off of there. You don't want to be contrary. Today's word of the day, contrary. Probably going to be the word of the day for about 9/10 of these videos. Ay caramba. It came off okay. I must have stabbed a bunch of holes in this one by accident at some point. And I know it didn't get shot more than once. Got some more ticks and mites. Just got a little bit of like this lighter color fur down here. It'll come off eventually, maybe. It's the hide is completely fell off of the board. So that's fantastic. A little bit of hair there still. A little bit there, but we'll just ignore it. It'll come off eventually. Either via knife or just it falling off in the bleach. Which hopefully I have. I don't remember if I still have any left over, which I should. Because, I mean, it doesn't take like a capful or two per gallon. This section decided to be a little rough. So let's head over here and we'll ignore that section for now. And we'll try peeling off a little bit of this corner. Another kind of interesting section here, or it's trying to be a little contrary, but yeah, it's definitely trying. It's not, and it's kind of succeeding because it's kind of aggravating, but it'll work out. This one's definitely coming a whole lot easier than that last one did, which is always appreciated. This section's a little rough. It's already got a hole in it right here, but we'll just kind of see how it plays out. All else fails, it can be used to tie it on later when we go to stretch them. Let's go ahead and pick this up. Being a little rough right here, just in this one spot, but I'll take one spot over what the last two have been. Because they've been kind of rough all over. Okay, that'll be good enough. Time for hide number 5, which I believe is the last one. That's the wrong way. Okay. So we'll just grab onto it, kind of push down, ignoring the mites for now. There's a bunch on this one. I guess maybe we're further down, maybe they came off the other two a little bit. But we can kind of just get our fingers in there, kind of work it. Once again, I'd like to strive. Make sure you wash your hands after doing this. you can't see anything right there. Let's rotate it around though so I can get the hair up here so you can see it coming off. Get back up there, or else you're going to become the contrary again. We don't want that, do we? But we kind of got this edge cleaned up already, which is usually the hardest part. Because a lot of times, for whatever reason, that edge doesn't soak in any. Which appears to be the case here as well. Darn glasses falling off my face. But try to do everything I can with these. Don't want to let any of it really go to waste if we can do anything about it, but they definitely eat good. That's the number one thing to get out of them, but try to make use of everything that I can out of them. That's a rough section. Anyway, we'll be fine. Oh yeah, that section's coming really well. A little bit of a hang up right there, but it's not horrible. That section comes off pretty swell. A little bit hung on right there, but we'll just ignore it. How have I not worked all the way around this thing yet? I feel like I flipped it over about 800 times. Looks like there was a little bit of hair left on there. A little bit still stuck on there, but we'll cut it out eventually. Probably after we tan it. And I'll just hook into that area with the fur still on it as I stretch it. Yeah, but I think that's about all I can do there. So then we'll go up here. And I'm going to dump out these totes. There shouldn't be anything else in them. And I'll be back when I get the bleach ready. So we're just going to pour in a little bit. That probably seems adequate. Yeah. We'll always add a little bit more. And then we also want to add in a 1/4 cup of salt for each gallon of water. So I think this is a cup. So we'll just put 2.5 cups of salt in. Never mind the candle fly in there. Let's get him out. There you go. Rescued. See? Down there. I can't wait to accidentally step on him. So there's the salt. Now I need to grab some liquid dish soap, and that'll help clean it right on up. Alright, so I got 1/3 cup of Dawn. So we'll just pour that in. Any dish soap will do. I just use what I have. So now I just need to find my stirring stick. And then that'll be it for this episode. Alright, so right here's the spoon. We just want to make sure we get this all nice and thorough. And I just, I didn't even hardly rinse out the tub. It's not going to make a difference. But we just want to make sure we get this all nice and stirred up. And then we're going to let it sit for 24 hours or so. Or until I feel like coming back out here. We just want to make sure we get it all nice and stirred up. Want to try to keep the entire hide underwater if we can. I probably put about 8 to 10 gallons in here, which looks like it's going to be more than enough, because I mean they're floating. So yeah, that's all the time I have for today. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.